Have you ever noticed that the more vividly you imagine something, the more real it starts to feel? Maybe you picture a conversation before it happens, or imagine yourself achieving something, and suddenly your body responds as if it's actually happening in the moment. There's a reason for that. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. And when you understand how to use this, manifestation becomes dramatically easier. Not because the universe magically bends overnight, but because your brain begins to behave as if the reality you want already exists. Today I'm going to explain why this happens, the neuroscience behind it, and exactly how to use this trick to manifest faster, in a practical, repeatable way. Inside your brain, there's a network called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. Think of it like the gatekeeper of your reality. Its job is simple. It filters the world based on what you focus on the most. This means your brain isn't showing you reality. It's showing you a version of reality that matches your dominant thoughts, emotions, and expectations. So when you imagine something with emotion, clarity, and detail, your RAS starts treating it as important, even if it hasn't happened yet. But here's the crazy part. Neuroscientists have done brain scans on people imagining certain activities, playing an instrument, running, lifting weights, and the brain lights up almost identically to when they physically perform those same actions. Imagining activates the same neural pathways. This is why Olympic athletes visualize entire races before stepping onto the track. Basketball players who only visualize shooting free throws improved nearly as much as those who practiced physically. Why? Because to the brain, imagined repetition is still repetition. In other words, your brain responds to what's happening in your mind as if it's already happening in your life. And this is exactly why manifestation works. Not because it creates reality out of nowhere, but because it changes you in a way that attracts and recognizes the opportunities that create your desired reality. Why most people struggle to manifest. Most people imagine what they want, but they do it incorrectly. They imagine it without emotion, or with doubt, or with a sense of distance. Someday, hopefully, maybe. If you say, "I want this," but internally you feel lack, fear, or disbelief, your brain doesn't follow the words, it follows the feeling. The RAS then filters your reality to match your doubt, not your desire. You'll miss opportunities, you'll block ideas, you'll overlook signals. Your habits won't match the version of you who already has it. Manifestation isn't about forcing something to happen. It's about training your brain to see the opportunities, ideas, and actions that naturally lead to it. Your internal state becomes your external filter. How to use this trick properly? Let's break it down. Step 1. Turn your desire into a memory from the future. This is the most powerful shift. Imagine your desire as if it already happened yesterday. Not someday, not in the distant future, yesterday. When you do this, your brain automatically relaxes. It treats it as a memory, not a fantasy. Memories feel safe, they feel real. Try saying to yourself, "It already happened. I remember what it felt like." You'll feel the difference instantly. Step 2. Add sensory detail. The brain believes what you vividly sense. So ask yourself, what am I seeing? The room, the environment, the colors, what am I hearing? Voices, music, your own thoughts. What am I touching? The texture of something, the air on your skin. What emotions am I feeling? Pride, relief, joy, calm. The richer the detail, the faster the brain accepts it as real. Step 3. Feel the having, not the wanting. Wanting has tension. Wanting says, "I don't have it." Having has relaxation. Having says, "It's mine." Shift from, "I hope this happens," to, "It's already done. It's part of my story." Even if your logical mind disagrees, your brain follows the emotional signal, not the logical thoughts. Step 4. Use short, intense sessions. You don't need long visualization sessions. The brain responds better to short, powerful bursts than long, wandering sessions. 20 to 30 seconds of intense, emotionally rich focus is enough to start rewiring your RAS. Do it consistently and your brain begins to look for the right opportunities. Notice synchronicities shift your behavior. Strengthen the beliefs that support your manifestation. Dissolve the ones that don't. This is when manifestation moves from thinking about it to actually aligning with it. What happens when you do this consistently? Once your brain believes something is real, your actions naturally follow. You stand differently. You speak differently. You make decisions differently. You notice things you couldn't see before. You trust things you used to doubt. Your RAS begins rearranging your focus habits, motivation perception, and emotional patterns to match the reality you've been imagining. This is why people say manifestations suddenly appear. They don't appear out of nowhere. You simply become the version of yourself who can see, allow, and receive them. So remember, your brain isn't waiting for your manifestation to show up. It's waiting for you to emotionally accept it. Once you do, the shift begins. Your focus changes, your decisions evolve, your reality starts to match your internal world. Your brain can't tell the difference, so give it something amazing to believe in.